If I was just starting out in voiceover, like brand new, and I needed to make money like now, today, needed to book my first job today, what would I do? That's the question we're going to wrestle with this morning. I guess it's not just for somebody who's brand new. If you're somebody who's been down the voiceover path and maybe you need to do a reboot, things aren't working out. Hopefully, you'll find something helpful in this. Thanks for being here. I'm Bill DeWeese, professional voiceover talent. I've been doing this full time for the past 18 years. I've recorded over 10,000 paid projects. I am a voiceover coach, I'm a voiceover demo producer, and I am an author of this book. This is my latest voiceover book, Get Paid Using Your Voice, Get Found, Get Heard, Get Hired. This is your roadmap for your voiceover career. And you can get the digital download for less than $10 below in the description. As a matter of fact, this morning I was flipping through this for my topic today, and that's where my topic everything I talk about really comes back to this, but specifically. So we'll be doing that here in just a second. And make sure that you check in on the live chat this morning. You guys know, those of you who've been here before, you know the drill. If not, I'll tell you, this is, we're all just friends here, and we like to hang out, support each other. It's a chance to share a good word, something encouraging, helpful, to help you along the path of your voiceover journey. And let me know where you're watching and listening from this morning, because I like to personally recognize everybody as it's my small way of saying thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. And I can see yep, our numbers are growing quickly, and the likes are growing as well. So, and I haven't even started talking yet. So, thank you for that. I much appreciate it. And one other quick thing, and that is that Mike Hathcote, my good friend and faculty member of my voiceover blueprint and training program, the guy knows. I mean, he's very successful in voiceover and knows a lot about different aspects of the industry. But one of his points of expertise is being a video demo producer, and he's going to teach a class. He's going to teach you how to do it, so you don't have to hire him. Wouldn't it be nice that whenever, not just for like a one-time thing, but anytime you wanted to, anytime you wanted to change your demo, anytime you just wanted to create a quick video demo, can you imagine if somebody sent you an audition to do personally? I'm not talking about like on pay-to-plays, but like personally sent you an audition, and, maybe you're one of, who knows, 20, 30 people auditioning. Would it not be kind of cool? And I've never done this. I'm just spitballing here. You can make your own video demo audition and send it with it. Now, they're not hiring you for the video, but what a nice extra touch. Would that not at the very least, even if you didn't get the job, make an impression on the person who saw it? And if you have the skill and you can do it anytime you want, that's a powerful thing. And that's what Mike Hathcote's going to be teaching 1 week from tonight. Registration is open, link below in the description. So if I was just starting out in voiceover, and I've seen this happen a lot. A lot of the email that I received over the years is, Bill, I just lost my job, or I'm being downsized, or retirement's coming up, or I'm in a situation where I just need to make money immediately. Let me say, first of all, voiceover is not a get rich quick scheme. I think it's really important to understand. So I am in no way trying to suggest, if you're starting today, that what you can do is you can start paying all your bills today. Boom, 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 boom. And if this is going, it's just super easy, super fast. That's not the way it works. Nothing worthwhile, in my experience, and I've been around a few years, works that way. You have to cultivate a career. So I'm not talking about growing a career in a day, but what I'm saying is, would it not be better to get paid sooner rather than later? And there are ways to do that. And if I was just starting today, here is exactly what I would do. I would, first of all, you need a market that's plentiful. Where is most or a lot of the work at in voiceover? And then number two, you need something that has a broad entry points. In other words, the worst thing that you could possibly do on day one is to say, well, I want to be a voice on a Disney movie. Now that's a great career goal. That's a long path. That is not, I'm starting off today and that's what I'm going to do today. I'm not saying that some people don't win the Powerball. Of course, there's a handful of people throughout history who have won lotteries and the Powerball. And some people who have done amazingly well, amazingly high profile gigs and voiceover early on. But they are so few and so far between. It's an anomaly, and it's don't plan on that being your career path. It's like saying, well, I'm going to Vegas, to get my retirement. That's not a business. It's not a business plan. It's a terrible financial plan. You might win. You might even win. Who knows? But it's a terrible financial plan. So you need a good plan. So you need a market that is large and has broad entry points. Because here's the thing. When you're new, you need entry-level work. That's, nobody gets the C-suite. Nobody gets the CEO's job first day in a career. So you need an entry point. And the best market that I can think of after all these years of experience to do this would be the audiobook market, because it is a huge, huge segment of the voiceover industry. And also it has a lot of very broad entry points. There are those, there are people, newer authors, smaller publishing companies that aren't going to pay as well as the super large publishers. Um, but they need people who are willing to do it at lower than the super high profile folks are getting. So for less money, but it still pays. All right. I'm talking entry level work. Again, I'm not preaching get rich quick. That's not what voiceover is. And if that's what you're looking for, you're at the wrong place. But if you go to ACX, here's what I tell my students. If that's your situation and you want to start making money like now, immediately, like today, book your first job today, go to ACX and set up a profile and then start auditioning like crazy. Do at least 10 auditions a day, not 10 auditions a week, not 10 auditions a month, not 10 auditions a year, at least 10 auditions a day, because you have to put out large volume. And I won't take the time to go into the whole sales funnel explanation, but the idea, think of a funnel, a lot in the top, auditions, a lot in the top, and a few trickle out of the bottom. If you don't put enough in the top, if you don't feed the machine, you don't get anything out of it. So you have to go high volume. And that's what I did to grow my voiceover career. I went, full earlier on, and not just audiobooks, but in every area possible. I did high volume in everything. And it was through brute force, overwhelming force, that I was able to trickle out some jobs to start getting traction and make things going early on. So again, at ACX, set up your profile, do at least 10 auditions a day. And, that it's not uncommon when that happens. It's not uncommon for somebody to book a job like first day or second day, very early on. But you have to do it in volume. If you're saying, "Oh, that sounds hard." Well, I wasn't promising you easy money or get rich quick. That's not what this is all about. I'm trying to help you start a career. I'm trying to help you start to get traction. And yeah, the jobs you get earlier on aren't going to be as glamorous and sexy and, brag-worthy as what you're going to get down the road. You'll get there, but you've got to find a place where you can actually begin to make money. And I see people just wandering around aimlessly, not knowing what to do, just looking in circles. And they'll listen to this voice that's, talking about doing this and this and this, and they have no idea what to do. They're super confused, and understandably so. So if that's you, just put the blinders on and say, okay, I'm going to ACX once again, set up your profile. You don't have to create a demo to get, you just want to be able to do auditions to get started day one, and do at least 10 auditions first day, more if you can, and do that every day until you book the first job. And then keep auditioning until you get the second job booked so you can have it in the queue. Because a good strategy is always to have one in production, one in the queue. That way you're never without work. So a little something, again, that I just pulled from the old Get Paid Using Your Voice book, that hopefully for those of you who are really early on and are just either confused or you're struggling, to give you some direction, to help you get some traction, start booking work, and start making money. All right, let's see who we got on this morning. Rusty is first in this morning, way up north in Michigan. Hey, Rusty, what's going on? Nephi, going down south now in Knoxville. John, out west in Denver. Hey, Mark, what's going on in Montreal? Ethan in sunny Ontario. We've got Nancy in South Dakota. Jim in Grable, Indiana. Alex says, I'm betting this will be different from the time and money investment suggested by someone I watched a couple days ago. Yeah, Alex, I don't know who it was or what they were suggesting, but I'm guessing this is probably different as well. Jim, what's happening in Memphis? Rick in Minneapolis. Galen in Carborough, North Carolina. Tracy, good to see you in Rochester, Minnesota. GS in Longview, Washington. Aaron in Columbia, Missouri. David in Ontario. Becky, good morning, VO friends and family from Michigan. Gail, what's going on in Detroit? We have a really good representation from the state of Michigan this morning. Sirius in Charlotte. Marla in Texas. John. What's happening in Rhinebeck, New York? Hey, Jay King, what's up? Scotty, Brookings, South Dakota. Wayne in Port Orchard, Washington. Kevin in New Jersey, Christopher in Houston, Robert, Atlanta, Joe in the UK, always with the positive thumbs up every day. I love that, Joe. Jason in Nebraska, Tom from Indy. Marla says, unsolicited plug, get that book. Great read and great source of VO info. Thank you, Marla. I appreciate that. Big Daddy Forever. Good morning to you in Arizona. Joy, what's going on from sunny Southfield, Michigan? Sandra in Worthington, OH. Phil in Boston. Bob in Reidsville, North Carolina. Phil in Tokyo. Encouraging you all to hit the like button. Thank you, Phil. Let's see here. We've got a little more than half of everybody on. Let's hit the like button today. And it's not totally uncommon to get 100% participation on that, which helps feed the YouTube algorithm to share this content with more people. And you guys, I so appreciate that. Let's see. Bob in North Carolina. Phil, again, thank you. John in New York, Vestal, New York, that is. Dan in Georgia. Sandra in Dallas, Fort Worth. Mike in Grants Pass, Oregon. Jeffrey in Raleigh, North Carolina. Kathleen in Binghamton, New York. Alex says, good morning all from Westlake, Ohio. We've got Paul in Arkansas. Denise on Long Island. Jolie says, I can't wait for Mike's class tonight. It's, his class we were talking about is a week from tonight. So get that on your calendar. Then headed to Nashville, going to be with my girls. Jolie, that's fantastic. Well, safe trip. And I hope you enjoy the time with your girls. That's wonderful. Nothing better than that. Scotty says the Mike Hathcote experience is worth your time. And these are people in the VoiceOver Blueprint who know. Thanks, Scotty, for mentioning that. Bob, what's going on from Brantford, Ontario on my 4th audiobook with 2 live already. Thanks, Bill. Bob, there's a guy doing it right there. Bob, way to go. Love that. Johnny, good afternoon, everyone, from Johnny in Cambridge, UK. ACX says 5 to 7 examples. You say 3. What do you reckon? Well, standard audiobook format is you want to give them some different examples. And 3 has always been, back early on in my career, it's what I was taught. It's what I teach. And I'm talking about a demo. I think what they're talking about are different samples. Like, for instance, instead of having you can have a demo, like I have a commercial demo. It's got a number of things on it. But I also, if you go to my profiles online, you'll see I may have 30, 35, different examples that are samples that are different. So I think that's what ACX is talking about. But having different samples up, individual samples, is a wonderful idea, as long as it's something that you can do and that you want to do. Never put up samples of the kind of work you don't want to do, because you might get stuck doing it. I'm just telling you that from experience. Tim and Altoona, Ralph, greetings to all from Fresno. Signed up for Mike's course. Don't forget to thumbs up, everyone. Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's working. We're getting up there. We've got 84 on this morning, 56 likes so far. Fantastic. Thanks. Corey in Wisconsin. Good morning. Bob, hello to you in Wadsworth, OHIO. Jim of okay. Sharing resources. Very good. Thank you. Eddie in San Antonio. Jim put 3 samples up on Monday, take them down on Friday, put them back on Monday. This puts the demos of okay. Jim's got a suggestion. Put 3 samples up on Monday, take them down on Friday, put them back up on Monday. This puts the demos at the top of the list. Try it. See what happens. Jim, thanks for sharing that. Fantastic. I did not know that. Randy, what's going on? It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It's a numbers game. It is. It really is. Playing a numbers game is one of the hardest things to do, because it requires discipline. And it requires consistency and discipline. And those are 2 of the hardest things to do. And people who aren't willing to exercise those disciplines and grow those disciplines aren't successful in really much of anything in life, let alone voiceover. Chris in Minneapolis, hello there. Joy says, Jim Williams, you have the perfect strategy for ACX. Alex, good morning to you in Utah. The guy I watched suggested 1+ year and $10,000 in training and prep before even thinking about job sinking. You know what, Alex, that's some of the nonsense that's being, I'm sorry, but I'm not suggesting not to invest in your career. Absolutely. Do you need to spend money to do that? Absolutely. But what you're hearing, and I'm going to take a second to explain this. There was a time many, 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 many years ago when the work was not nearly as plentiful as it is now. It was, technology had not created the channels that are available now. And if you jumped into voiceover work, you immediately jumped into the deep end of the pool. And that's a strategy. What you're hearing is a strategy for those who were getting into voiceover at a time when there was no shallow end of the pool. But today, because of the growth of the industry, because of technology, there's a wading pool. You can go in ankle deep, and then you can go shin deep, and then knee deep, and then waist deep, and then you can dive in way in over your head, later down the road. That's a way in over your head strategy. That's not where you start. Yikes. And then I see people do that, and then they just end up leaving frustrated and broke because of that. And that's the last thing you want to see. Wow. Chattanooga checking in. What's going on? Kirk in Greenville, South Carolina. Xavier, thank you for your kind words in Colorado. Theo says, Happy Taco Tuesday from downtown Chicago. Have you ever had a Chicago taco? Let's see what I've never heard of a Chicago taco. It's the same as any other, but with no ketchup. Okay, I did not know that. I do like Chicago hot dogs, though. That's a whole other topic. And my favorite tacos, as I mentioned, are made here in the Chicagoland area at a taco truck up the street. So I'll have to check that out maybe later today. Buenos dias from Maryland. Hey, Bugsy, what's going on? Victor on the road in Phoenix. It's Charity from Denver checking in. Thank you for the kick in the pants I needed this morning. All right, Charity. Glad to do it. We've got Andrea in Romania. Have a great day and stream. Well, thank you. And thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Hope you'll come back. Amisha in South Carolina. Jim just put up an audition on ACX yesterday. First one. Congratulations. Now, Jim, put up 9 more today. No, put up 10 more today. And get those. Remember, feed the machine. Maybe that'll be my topic tomorrow, if I remember. Feed the machine. Baron von Mike in York, Pennsylvania. Gus in Spain. Hey, what's up, Gus? Harold, how are you doing? You put your best stuff together and put it out there and roll the dice 24/7 and hit pay dirt. It is what you do. You've got to keep rolling. You got to keep rolling it. Let's see here. Who have I not said hello to? Jim says that tactic got me an offer to read a few days after it posted. Fantastic. Jason, this is one of the best huddles in a long time. Thank you. Well, Jason, thank you. I'm glad that this was helpful to you today. And I hope it's helpful to a lot of folks. Jeffrey says, heck yes. Lovely to hear. Pika, good sunny afternoon from Sweden. Thank you for being here today. Our numbers are growing. I love that. Detroit, good morning. Theo says, just kidding about the Chicago taco, just riffing on the no ketchup on a Chicago dog theme. Gotcha. And you throw some celery salt on there too. Don't forget that. That's what would make a Chicago dog. No ketchup and lots of celery salt. And a long pickle spear too. You got to have that. Hey guys, thanks for being here. You are appreciated. If you're just getting started and you don't know what to do, you're feeling frustrated, you're not getting traction. Remember, there's not a silver bullet that will create a career today. Nothing works that way. But you can book a job today. So think audiobooks, think ACX. Get out there and do at least 10 auditions today, and then again tomorrow, and then the next day. You're very likely to get a job, within the week, and it would not be unheard of. And I'd say the odds are pretty good you could even book one today. It happens a lot, but you got to put those auditions out there every day. Thanks, guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.